What's up guys, Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today we're doing a VOD from the America's Golden Spatula, and I had to do a VOD of Dishsoap because look at these scores. I mean, the thing to note about these scores is where are the bot 4s? He forgot how to bot 4, man. He played 12 games in tournament, dropped 78 points. I'm pretty sure, I think the number of games he has, I think he said, yes, he has 20 top 4s in a row in tournament from this and then the previous cup. I mean, it's just disgusting. Like, this guy just plays perfect TFT. That's why they call him the PP. So I said, you know what? Let's watch some Dishsoap play some Teamfight tactics. This is, I believe, the final game from today. And yeah, I can't wait to see Dishsoap go to Worlds. He's guaranteed Worlds at this point via qualifier points, I believe. He said so. It's just GG's. Like we're seeing Dishsoap. We're seeing informed Dishsoap at Worlds. I absolutely cannot wait. And there's some other stuff I want to do a VOD about. I know there has been some kind of well, it's actually not a VOD. There's some like controversy in the EU qualifiers, which I actually want to do a VOD about. But I had like a little bit to drink tonight, and so like I don't really feel in the mood to do like an actual like thinky type talky type video. So I'm just gonna do a Dishsoap VOD where he plays a really fun comp where he smurfs on the lobby, and I mean it's Dishsoap. He's an absolute beast. So start off here with a lot of visionaries actually. First augment here, Warpath, Shield Bash, High Voltage. None of these that excited for. I guess High Voltage if you had to. Ooh, actually he was looking at Shield Bash before High Voltage. Interesting. Besides these, I mean you have Pyromaniac. It's an okay. I mean, is it Pyro here? I think Pyromaniac's like, oh, wow. Trade sector in the year of our Lord 2000 and what year is it? 25. That is I mean, this is an augment. This augment has literally been used as like a joke by many people in, you know, the not at all people have been talking about for so long about like, man, like I can't believe trade sector is still in the game as an augment that you can take, and Dishsoap took it. He took it, slammed a Gwinsu's, took a sword here, so certainly leaning towards some kind of AD type stuff here. And I think this is this. Yeah, we're gonna continue to use our refreshes every round actually. But I wonder at what point we do actually end up getting into the comp that we might end up playing this game. We'll see. I mean, for now, looks like we are playing around this Vex 2 just because she is a Vex 2. She's a visionary on the board, feels pretty good. But yeah, he's even going to make the full IE slam here, slam the sword as well, and just say this is going to be our board for now. And you can see we're holding on to a lot of these Sentinels. We're holding on to this Tristana here. There is an idea of playing towards this comp that I think has gotten a lot, just a lot more people have kind of realized throughout this patch, honestly, that this is a really, really strong line, is this kind of Sentinel Tristana type line. You know, in the past, a lot of people were angling towards, you know, Tristana with Artillerist, you know, Tristana Urgot type reroll stuff. After they kind of took Urgot out back and just destroyed him, they buffed him a little bit back, but I don't think still this is a unit that you want to play around. Now this is kind of the dominant version of the comp, and we even pre-level here. We're really, this is interesting. Trade sector and digging every round to try to find that early Tristana too, if we can. Had the Gwinsu made already for the Trist. Last item, best case scenario here is Gunblade. That's what you really, really like in this spot. And it does get yoinked here, so maybe we'll just take a tank item here. 3-cost Giant Spell here seems solid. Yeah, I mean, Gunblade, really, really nice on Trist when you're playing for these big, thick front lines. Pick up a Rel here, which is nice. We do have the Urgot if we want to play it as an Artillerist. Yeah, still nothing to start up. We do have 4 Sentinel Trist if we want to play it. We do also have Artillerist if we want to play it. And yes, we are going to play it onto this board here. And ooh, this is an interesting wrinkle as well. We're putting items on Ez. I thought for sure that items would go on a Trist, but Dishsoap values his win streak. He values being as strong as possible. I think in Dishsoap's eyes, we're not necessarily Trist reroll at this point, which is really smart, right? If we hit like a Trist 2, we can think about playing for Trist reroll. But if we don't hit it, we can just play good TFT, which is what we're playing right now. Pick up the Leona 2, that can go onto the board. And yeah, we even have Rebel fitting onto this board with the Vex 2. Oh, wow. I mean, you can see why this guy has a 0% bot 4, right, in this tournament and over the last 20 games. Because he's not, like, I you know, saw this VOD, I saw that, you know, we had a couple of Tristanas, we had Trade Sector, and I think a lot of people would just say, I'm playing Tristana reroll from this spot. You know, we have a couple of Tristanas, boom, we play Tristana reroll. But it's not that simple, right? You don't have to lock yourself into any kind of Tristana reroll, and still, he's doing really, really diligent scouting, looking across the entire lobby here, and saying, okay, like, is is it actually my best line to play Tristana reroll from this spot? And now that we have Tristana 2, maybe it is. We'll see at what point he does actually decide to kind of commit himself to the Trist reroll. Even just still looking at items and stuff like this. I mean, we have this Gunblade now that can made, Gunblade Redemption. I mean, the items look disgusting for Tristana reroll. And yeah, I think now is when Dishsoap's going to pull the trigger, but he's waiting every single round until he has those kind of like the conditions met, right? Now he has Trist, now he has the Gunblade, now he has the Redemption, now he can play towards Tristana reroll. But every round before that, I mean, why would we commit to playing Tristana reroll when we don't have all those conditions met? So smart, actually. Just playing really good TFT, and that's how you have such a disgusting top 4 rate, is you keep yourself open, you make sure that, you only play spots when you're in a high roll spot. You do not, hard force a comp just because it's easy to do that. And now, boom, we got the Trist too. We can even potentially make gold here by selling Loris, but actually, yeah, he's not even going to make gold here. He's just going to play strongest board here. Radiant Refactor, Sentinel Crown, Trifecta. I saw, I think it was Setsuko play this comp from Radiant Refactor, and it looked pretty good. I'm curious if he does take the Refactor, what he's going to go for here, because I think the stats say that Radiant IE is good, but I think the player that I saw, I think it was Setsuko, ended up going for Radiant Gwynsus, and I think there is an argument for it, so curious to see what Mr. Actually, I think Dishsoap's just doing a stats check here, so we will see whatever is best in the stats here. Yeah, the Hextech Gunblade, I was wondering actually how good that is. I mean, honestly, I'll do a stats check myself here. Tristana picks up the Steadfast Heart there, is fantastic, by the way. So let's just do this. Throw in Tristana 3 here, go to items, type in Radiant item. Yeah, Hextech Lifeblade. The only one that looks a little bit better, and I just did 4 Sentinel and then tier 2+. The only one that looks better is Demon Slayer here. Looks disgusting. Actually, Gwynsus looks better than IE in the stats if you throw Sentinel in there, which makes sense for something to filter down to. Maybe if you do just Trist 3, it's IE. Yes, that's the case. But I mean, you have to do filters for these kind of things because, I mean, it's TFT. But okay, we make the Hextech Lifeblade here. I mean, I do think this makes a lot of sense. This is a ton of healing, and the idea with Hextech Lifeblade and stuff like that into comps like this is that you have an insanely tanky frontline, right? You have all this armor and more on your frontline. So all the healing onto your frontline is really high value, right? Every single point of healing that you give to your frontliners is scaled up by that armor and more that you have on your frontline. Also, our items are just really nice here. We have the triple tank items made already. I wonder what we're even gonna go for here. We're missing armor shred, right? So cloak looks good for a potential even shroud down the line. We have heal cut with the Sunfire, so yeah, just even shroud's the next best slam. Also note that we're econing up our rerolls here. We're not burning our trade sector refreshes at this point, because why should we? We've hit all of our important 2-star upgrades, so and our board's win streaking in this spot at 3-5 here, so why should we roll down in this spot? Let's just chill on this board, be happy with our Trist 2, our Ez 2, be very pleased with everything that we got going on here, and then wait. And then once we get to the end of the stage, we're still gonna stay 6 and roll, because we need the Trist 3, we need Rel and Leona 3, which both those guys, I'm honestly not the biggest fan of them as tanks, but I mean, you take what you can take, right? So like, why not? Little pause here for perhaps like a bug, but I'm just gonna skip through that. All right, we actually got through it real quickly. We went way too far, actually. We are literally in a completely different game here. Oh, I think I got back. Okay. We're back. I think when I clicked the full screen button, I went to the wrong bot. But all good here. Pick up Trist 2, just using our refreshes on the minions round. Why not? This gives us more time and more information. And we're probably going to econ back up to 50 here with the gold from minions here. Pick up, oh wow, actually Leona 2, another Trist here. So now we're just 1 off. I mean, you have to send it down here. Yeah, I prio Leona over the Rel. I think Rel's kind of garbage. And yeah, we hit both here. We can move items over to Leona. The spot looks disgusting, honestly. Probably Sunfire is going to ooh, no, a Redemption we're going to use as kind of like the real aura item here. Okay, I mean, both are aura items. I thought Redemption would stay on Leona, but I guess the idea is that you'd prefer the Redemption to be hitting more units, whereas like the Sunfire just needs to be hitting whoever your Trist is hitting, if that makes sense. Also, we're on the way to Ez 3 here, who is another kind of like condition that can allow you to cap really high in this comp. Last augment here, I mean, it's certainly not rolling for days, certainly not Pandora. I mean, I think teaming up's, mentorship's way better though, right? Or item collector, both are solid. I love a mentorship in a spot like this. We'll see. Item collector. I mean, we do have 7 completed items at this point. That is a lot here. We do pick up the Alawi immediately as well here, which, well, I mean, yeah, the idea is that you can play both. Yeah, just to get Rebel in. And yeah, I think this is fine here. And then Eventually, 6 Sentinel can be... We'll actually see what Dishsoap wants to play for as the cap. My thought is 6 Sentinel. I think you have enough damage with this Humongo Trist here, but we'll see actually what we end up playing for. And then we'll also see what we end up going for Anomaly-wise, because we are, you know, we're streaking so hard. Our spot is so good. The next big decision for us is just Anomaly here. And yeah, I mean, I just, this version of the comp is so much better than the Urgot version. I don't know. I tried playing the Urgot version the other day, and I was like, I understand why people play this version now. You get so much frontline for the Trist. The Trist is enough damage. Before, Urgot was so good as a frontline, but now he has really, really fallen off. And even though, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of this Leona unit or this Rel unit as tanks, I mean, a 4 Sentinel Leona is still quite tanky. I mean, look at her go. Honestly, she's doing a ton of work, and the Radiant Gunblade is also doing insane work in that way. So yeah, spot looking good here. I mean, there's a Rumble off Carousel, which we are never in a million years going to get, but I mean, we can dream, right? There's no reason not to hope. We still don't actually have our Evans Shroud here in the spot here. We left the cloak open for that. We are going to take tier here, which, I mean, we still can also look at Ezreal itemization. And yeah, ooh, using our refreshes on 7 here. The idea being, I mean, we're close to Ezreal 3, might as well use these refreshes on 7. I mean, I think this makes a good amount of sense. You could wait to push 8 to use these refreshes to try to dig for something better to play. Obviously, like Rumble we can find on 8, and you can still find Ez3 on 8. But I mean, I guess there's no reason not to use these refreshes then if you get close to Ez3. I wonder what we would do if you get an Ez here. Lose to a Sorks board, actually. A little bit sad there from Mekmino. And yeah, I mean, that's life. Okay. I'm curious about Anomaly. I mean, no, it can't be this, right? I mean, you get a little bit of AD from your allies dying, but this sounds horrible. Really? Is this good? I'm shocked that we're even doing this much thinking about this. Okay. Is that good? 90% extra. I mean, it sounds pretty good. You're getting so much. Oh my god. The only thing we wish here is that we can get like a War Mogs or something for this Leona, so that she has some HP to scale up this disgusting amount of armor noir she has. But Leona the third here with the Gargoyle, with the 5 Sentinel right now, eventually going to be 6 Sentinel. I mean, this Leona might just be unkillable. We'll see here. She is not taking very much damage. I mean, I guess the HP that we do get is Gunblade, right? Gunblade is extra HP. We do end up actually losing this fight to a reviving Vi, which is a bit scary, but I mean, still, we are pretty far from our real spike, which is, you know, level 8, getting that 6 Sentinel in here and feeling really good about that. And the Ez3 as well is another big spike that we can look for. So yeah, I mean, we don't actually feel too bad about losing those fights, even though, you know, losing fights never feels fun. All right, yeah, still looking for that Evans Shroud, I would say. Even Shroud Adaptive Helm sounds fine to me. Push 8 here, rolling down, trying to pick up. We also have, it's kind of awkward, right? Because we skipped Singed, right? It's either Singed or Rumble. Yeah, we end up actually just playing the Heimerdinger here. I mean, it's actually not bad. It's Guardbreaker here. We get to make the Adaptive Helm, but yeah, Guardbreaker onto the Ez, kind of nice. I mean, I still think you would certainly prefer to be playing 6 Sentinel here, but I mean, this is another thing that like good players do. This is how people get placements in games of TFT. This is a thing called skill expression. Is, you know, we're not rolling just for 6 Sentinel, right? 6 Sentinel is great, but we're not rolling just for that. We're rolling for everything. We're rolling for, we have 4 Artillerist here as something that we could potentially play if we want to. We also, you know, obviously have the Academy that we are fitting right now. I think Dishsoap's basically saying like, I would prefer to play, I mean, yeah, he would prefer this setup over 4 Artillerist, which he is holding on bench, which is interesting. I kind of would think that 4 Artillerist would be better than just the Academy item, especially because you're getting all that value onto Trist. But I guess the Guardbreaker, and I mean, it's Visionary into Heimer, which is like super fake, but I mean, it's not that. It's not nothing. We do end up losing to that very, very big Vander there. That was a, ooh, and that is also a 3-star Vi with 0 items, right? That looked a little bit strange. That's Ego's board? 6 scrap, 0 items Vi. I'm kind of interested if we fight them to see what happens. Is Ego out of removers or something? I mean, a Vi 3 is still, I mean, 0 items is obviously not ideal. But I mean, you can still, I mean, yeah, I mean, she still punches. She still has base damage. I mean, it's there are worse things in the world than having a Vi 3. So, I mean, yeah, not... I don't know. It sounds kind of bad, but it sounds not that bad. Really looking for Ez item here. Best item here is Titans resolve, I guess. We could also just take a random front line. Oh, he's gonna actually take the Titans here. Titans Ezreal. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we take it? I mean, that is, how did he get to Vi3? I think he had Pandora's Bench was the thing. All right, rolling down here. We do finally find the Singed here. That is, yeah, Singed or Rumble. And this is a huge spike for our board. 6 Sentinel, especially onto this very, very tanky. This is very, very tanky Leona. I think Ego did move items over to the Vi3, so that is going to be a bit scary for us. We'll see. A lot of people win streaking as well. I mean, honestly, Dishsoap's spot is great, but this lobby is so crazy. I don't know what's actually going to happen here. Yeah, we still lose this fight to a disgustingly good Sork board. Cambuly here with the win streaking with okay, Cambuly losing is really good for us. But yeah, Cambuly win streaking with the Cambaron augment. Yeah, dank memes was the setup. Oh my god, he's got stand in the middle augment with on the Vander. That is really, really something. And yeah, that's the Vi3. Yes, itemized now. I mean, we're just praying that we continue to dodge, and we are still dodging liquid ego. This is really, really good, because any single the second that we fight ego illusions, we're going to take a pretty decent loss, I would say. And so, you know, fights like this that are at least winnable are really big. And oh my god, this fight was, I mean, that was a really good board from Spencer, and we actually cleared it. And wait, ego did die. Oh my god, ego must have died. I don't know. I mean, it could have been Cambuly. I didn't actually see who was fighting him. Could have been Cambuly. Honestly, it could have been Dank. I think we saw a powder on the board, so I think it was Cambuly ambushers. I was gonna say, like, I do think, I mean, depending on how big the Chem Baron cache it is, depending how big the setup is, it is actually potentially winnable, and it was. Oh my god. We can level here for the Ez, get the guard breaker back here, take a better item here. I mean, we can just remove her, right? I mean, I assumed we would remove her and move this Titans over and then throw the guard breaker there, but we're not. I mean, this has to just be a mistake for Mr. Soapy, right? I mean, shouldn't you just move adaptive up to Alawi? I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. We rotate back into Mr. Dank memes here. I mean, god, this Vander is just disgusting. Biss here. I mean, do we have the single target DPS? I mean, this fight's not that far off. I think, oh my god, it was close. I mean, the Mel actually cleared us there. Is that fight ever, or I wonder why. I wonder why he, because yeah, you can use one remover. Okay, yeah. I wonder if we lost that last fight because we didn't actually move the guard breaker over to Ez and then move this. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna throw it onto Alawi, but this works. This is pretty nice as well. I mean, that fight was really close. I wonder if that fight was actually an item diff onto Ez, and now we rotate into Cambuly here. We are fighting, oh, really gross Chem Baron board. The Chem Baron is losing to the Vander here. Wait, it's so close here. Can the Rennie kill next unit is -4, -5. It's just barely a third. I mean, just goes to show. I love moments like this because it shows. I mean, like, Dishsoap is probably the best player in the entire region. He actually could have even got a placement here. Dishsoap, a player who dropped whatever it was, 79 points, could have actually even got a better placement if he had moved those items, but he was, you know, too busy with positioning and all this kind of stuff. TFT is such a cool game, man. You can be literally the best player, and there's always still stuff to improve. But congrats to Dishsoap for absolutely smurfing it this tournament. He is auto-qualified to Worlds, so I look forward to seeing him bring another Worlds title back to NA. You can do it. All right, thanks you guys as always for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, Metify, everything down below. That's all I got. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.